Hello, fellow planeswalkers of all ages. I am back with the deck tech. Oh man, it's so good to be back on here. This is my first deck tech I've done since my mono white build, so I'm extremely excited about doing this. Before I get started, I want to do a quick shout out for my local game store, Outbreak Games. Check them out, amazing people. Also, I'd like to thank everybody's support, well wishes, prayers, everything else. It's been monumentous for us, so I appreciate that. And we're doing the giveaway at the end of this video, so stick around until the end of this video. We're doing the giveaway. Also, if you're new to the channel, please go hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 25 subscribers, which means we'll be doing the 25 sub giveaway. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to get notified, select all so you get all my videos when I drop them, and leave a like. It makes me feel like I'm doing something a little, decent. So anyway, we're gonna hop straight into this. Let me take a pause real quick to get my camera angled down to my deck, and I'll see you in a second. Alright, here we go. I'm going to take y'all through the deck itself, my version of Mono Black Devotion, and I'll try to do my best to explain it as best as possible. So, what we're going to start off with here is the 1-drops. I am running 2 Hateful Eidolon. Now, Hateful Eidolon is a 1/2. It has lifelink. Whenever a enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you control that's attached to that creature. So this is a way for us to card draw, because we do have enchantments in here that we stick to our opponent. It's also a lifelinker. We run Bloodthirsty Aerialist in this deck as well. So this helps with the lifelink and everything else. And it's a 1/2 body attached to a 1-drop with lifelink with an extra ability attached to it. So that's pretty dope. I liked it, and so we're running 2 copies of that. Okay. We are also, let's see here. Okay, we'll do this first. Okay, we're also running 4 copies of Vampire of Dire Moon. Now, it's got Death Touch and Lifelink. I've seen people run Gutter Bones in this build. To me, this just worked a lot better. Yet again, Death Touch. Good for keeping the bigger stuff at bay while we build up our devotion to black. So, that, and combine it with the lifelink ability, yet again, can't go wrong. That triggers our Aerialist. So, yeah, we're running a full playset of Vampire of Dire Moon. Okay. Now, last 1-drop is going to be an enchantment. And we are running 3 Omen of the Dead. Sorry, I had to actually look back and make sure I had that pronounced right. Now, Omen of the Dead is a 1-drop. Since it hits the battlefield, we can flash it in. Also, on our opponent's turn, we get to bring a creature back from our graveyard, which is crucial for some of this that I'm going to explain to you. It also helps us get back Gary. Other cards that Shepherd of the Flock, Aerialist, stuff like that. It helps us get that out, put it back in our hand, and be able to play it again. So I very much enjoy this card because it also sticks to the board, adding to our devotion. You can also tap 2 and a colorless to scry 2. So that's great as well. I can't complain about it. I like it, so I'm running 3 copies of it. And now we're moving on to the 2-drop slot. This is for the creature. I am running 2 Mire Triton. Now, this one is throwing you off a little bit. I'm sure. I mean, it's a 2-drop, only 1 devotion towards our black, but it is a 2/1 with Death Touch. Now, when it enters the battlefield, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, and you gain 2 life. So not only does this trigger our Aerialist, but it also puts possibly a creature we need in the graveyard for us to play Omen of the Dead to get it right back to our hand on top of us, gaining life. So, phenomenal card. It's got Death Touch as well. So, yet again, we're keeping the board presence. Unless they got a board wipe, they're not going to be swinging into us more than likely, unless they got flyers. So, I'm running 2 copies of that. Next up is Mire Grasp. Now, this is the enchantment that one of the enchantments I was talking about. In neg 3's, neg 3 a creature. Let's see if I can get it up there for y'all. There y'all go. Neg 3 a creature. If we have Hateful Eidolon out and we neg 3, an opponent's creature kills it, and we get to draw a card off of it, because this is an aura. It's an enchantment aura. So, that's great value for it. And we can actually do this to our own creatures if need be, if we do need to get that extra draw. So, I'm running 3 of these bad boys. Okay, moving on. Running 2 Temeret, Chosen from Death. Now, this is, of course, pretty much running basically every black devotion deck I've seen, and who can argue? This is a great card. It's a 2-drop. It adds 2 to our devotion. Its power and its toughness is equal to each devotion that we have to black. So this guy can get very easily a 2/7, 2/8, and it's a big blocker. And also we can swing in against smaller stuff, kill them, and us have Temeret survive. Also, it has a secondary, or has an ability to exile up to 2 target creatures from your graveyard, and you, where is that from? Let's see. Yeah, from graveyard. So we actually got a choice. We can exile from our opponent's graveyard as well. I'm sorry, I'm having to double check, make sure. But yeah, we can exile our creatures and our opponent's creatures either way by tapping 1 colorless and 1 black. And you gain 1 life for each creature card exiled this way. So you exile 2 creatures, you gain 2 life, it triggers into Aerialist again. So I'm running 2 of those to go for our final of the 2-drops. Now we're moving on to 3-drops. This one also is going to be in every mono black devotion deck, or at least it needs to be, and that is Arya. First of Lochlane. I call her Arya from Game of Thrones, because who doesn't love Game of Thrones, man? Anyways, this is a phenomenal card. She's a legendary creature, 3-drop, 3 devotion to black. And whenever she enters the battlefield, or another black creature enters the battlefield, we gain a life. Our opponent gets drained a life. That, yet again, triggers our Aerialist that's coming up. So, and it's got also another ability, sacrifice another black creature, tap it, and draw a card. So that gives us card draw. Like if, let's say our opponent's going to shock one of our creatures, we can just tap Ahri, sack it in response to it, and draw a card off of it. So we really don't lose no value off of it. So I'm running 2 copies of that instead of 3. Just because it's a legendary creature and you do not want to get, flooded with these in your hand and not be able to play them. So we're only running 2 copies of Ahri. Now, this is, of course, Bloodthirsty Aerialist. We're running 3 copies of Bloodthirsty Aerialist. It adds 2 Draw Devotion as well. It's a 3-drop. 1 colorless, 2 black, so it adds 2 Draw Devotion. It's a flyer. And whenever you gain life, you put a +1 counter on this creature. And you've seen the way we're able to gain life in this deck. So you can have a very, very big flyer from this Aerialist. And I've not really seen people run this in Mono Black Devotion. And I'm really wondering why that nobody's running this card. It's if you can get up to a 5, 6, 7, 8 flyer and being able to swing with it, yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. So we're running let's say 3 of them. Yeah, we're running 3 of the Bloodthirsty Aerialist. And then, of course, we're running 3 probably one of my favorite cards, Murderous Rider. It's a 3-drop, 1 and 2 black, so it adds to our devotion again. It has its adventure ability, and it's called Swift In. Same mana cost. 1 color is 2 black. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, and we lose 2 life, but that's okay if we can get rid of a problem planeswalker, if we can get rid of something that is very stupid on our opponent's side of the board, is well worth it. And yeah, I mean, then you can bring it back for a 2/3 with lifelink that triggers again into Aerialist. So yeah, we're gonna run 3 copies of him because he's a beast. I mean, come on now, you gotta get behind that rider. All right, next 3-drop is an enchantment, Underworld Dreams. Okay, now it has 3 to our devotion, and each time our opponent draws a card, they lose a life. Okay, I mean, for the players who like drawing cards, right here, they're gonna regret drawing them cards. So we're gonna run 2 of these in our deck as well. Next up, going into 4 drops, Underworld Dreams. I am completely sorry. That's the one we just done. What am I doing, people? I'm sorry. I'm back into this. And I'm doing it upside down so y'all get a good view and all that. So apologies on that. But anyway, Drag to the Underworld. Now, normally for a hard cast, this would cost 4, but for our devotion to black, it takes 2 colors off. So basically, we're always going to have that, and it's going to be a 2-drop kill spell. Destroy target creature. So yeah, and instant speed too. Yeah, we're going to run 2 of those. Next up, this bad boy right here is probably one of my favorite ones that I've done for this deck. It's just crazy. But anyway, right here. Nightmare Shepherd. Such a powerful card. Such a powerful card. And I actually thought I was running 4 of these, but apparently I'm not. I'm only running 3, which I may go ahead and drop my 4th one in. That's probably what I'll end up doing. But anyway, it is a 4-drop. 2 to our devotion. There y'all go. That's a better look at it. Okay. Anyways, it's an enchantment creature demon with flying. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 1/1 and it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. So let's say we sack Gary with Ari, or Gary gets killed off after we play him. You just create another Gary and it hits the board and it hits people in the face for more damage. I mean, because it doesn't take away the ETB trigger of Gary. So, I mean, come on. And you're always going to get value out of this. Let's say Vampire Dire Moon dies. Create a copy of it. It's a 1/1 lifelink death touch. I mean, seriously, you're not going to lose value with this card. It's amazing. I love this card. Did not know how it was going to pan out, but the combo with Gary that I was able to pull off in a couple of matches that I played with somebody on my Facebook page, Shane Bentz. That's a shout out for you if you're happen to be watching this. It done phenomenal. It saved my butt quite a few times. So to get the final damage through. So we are running 3 of them. I possibly might up it to 4. But for right now, we got 3 in our deck. And it's been running well. Okay, next up. Our only Planeswalker. And that is Sorin. Imperious Bloodlord. Now, that might throw y'all a little bit off, but hear me out. Okay, we do have our Bloodthirsty Aerialist. We do have our Vampire of Dire Moon. And Sorin's abilities are an SA 4 loyalty Planeswalker for a 3-drop. +1, his first +1 is target creature you control gains Death Touch and Lifelink until the end of turn. If it's a vampire, put a +1 counter on it. So we can target a Bloodthirsty Aerialist. If it's already buffed up a ton anyway, it gets another counter. It gets Death Touch and Lifelink. Yeah, we're okay with that. Its next ability is another +1. You may sacrifice a vampire. When you do, Sorin deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. So yet again, we can kill an opponent's creature by sacking Vampire of Dire Moon. If Shepherd's out, we get to create a copy of that Vampire of Dire Moon. And we gain 3 life, so it triggers into Bloodthirsty Aerialist. So, yeah, I did not feel bad at all about just running 1 copy of this in my deck, just because. It's phenomenal in some ways. You don't want to run more than 1, I don't think, just because we're trying to stick, where we have alternate win cons, and we don't want this guy sitting out taking up our 3-drop slot, because our 3-drop slot is slightly heavy, and so we're only running 1 copy of Sorin. But the man of the hour, Gary. For the 5-drop, I mean, y'all know Gary. This is the deck that we build around this card. Okay, so Gary, in case you don't know, his actual name is Grave Merchant of Asphodel, but we call him Gary. He's a creature zombie. when Grey Merchant of Asphodel enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. So, if we have a ton of devotion out, we can just blast people in the face. Alright? Then we can, like, if we got Shepherd out, we can find some way to kill it or swing in, let our opponent either take damage, block it, or have to kill it itself. And then our Shepherd creates a copy of Grey Merchant, and it triggers again on the ETB. So we're running 4 full copies of Gary. You got to, right? Got to in this deck. Another one that might throw y'all off, and this is one I thought about swapping out for something else, but I decided to keep in here. And that is Sir Conrad. Sir Conrad surprised me. I actually at one point ran 2 in this deck, but I dropped it down to 1 because it is a 5-drop. So legendary creature, human knight. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Sir Conrad the Grim deals 1 damage to each opponent. And then you can pay 1 and 1 black to exile, or each player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. So it puts stuff in our graveyard to get back with our Omen. It deals 1 damage to our opponent for getting creatures into the graveyard. And plus it's a 5/4 body, which is not bad at all. Whenever our creatures die, it's a continuous ping, to our opponent, and they will have to find some way to deal with this once it's out on the board. So yeah, we're definitely running 1 copy of him. Now, moving on to our last card before we get to our lands, and that is Erebos Intervention. Instant speed, X and 1 black, and I get to choose 1. Target creature gets neg X until the end of turn, and we gain X life. So another kill spell, another trigger into our aerialist, and plus life gain as well to keep us going in case we do get stalled out or have to rebuild our board. So we are running 1 copy of that. And the other ability is exile up to twice X cards from graveyards. That helps with escape for our opponents. If our opponents are running a deck that reanimates or has the escape ability and stuff like that, this helps out a little bit. And then finally, for our land package, we're running a total of 22 lands. This is the only non-basic land that we got, and that is Castle of Lothlane. I'm considering putting 2, swapping out, and putting 2 of these in my deck. It enters tapped unless you control a swamp, which we're always going to control a swamp. You can tap it to add 1 black mana, or you can tap 1 colorless, 2 black, and tap this card, draw a card, then you lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. So yeah, that is a good way for us to generate card draw and stuff like that. So that's our package for the deck itself. Now let me do a real quick run through of the sideboard. I promise I am trying to hurry as fast as possible to get y'all to the drawing and see who won, but I really want to try to cover this version of this deck the best way I could, and explain the reasoning behind the stuff that I was running. So okie dokie. Alright, so here is our sideboard. We're running 2 Spark Harvest. Spark Harvest is a sorcery. As additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature or pay 4. So, and we get to destroy target creature or planeswalker. So, you know, this is a package to help deal with creature-based decks that our opponents running, planeswalker decks that our opponents are running. So we're running 2 of those. We are running also 2 Forever Youngs. Forever Young is a sorcery for 2. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library and draw a card. So this is the way to get back Gary or anything else we need. And we get to automatically draw it right after we play it. So, yeah, we're going to run 2 of those. We're also going to run 2 Orzhov Enforcer. Now, Orzhov Enforcer is a 2-drop with Death Touch and Afterlife 1. So, if it gets killed and we have Ari out, it just puts another 1/1 white black spirit creature token with flying out onto the battlefield. So, we get payoff if it dies. It could trade out with a bigger thing. It leaves something behind. It triggers multiple stuff in our deck. I mean, yeah, we're going to run 2 of those on the sideboard in case, like I said, a very heavy creature deck such as Gruul that you're playing against, you might want to sideboard these in as well. And then we're running 3 Ashiok Dream Render. Spells and abilities your opponent control can't cause them to search their library. So no Fable passages for y'all. But anyways, it also adds to our devotion 1, and you can pay 2 blue or 2 black, and of course we'll be, you know, paying the black. And its next one is target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard, then exile each opponent's graveyard. So any graveyard strategies that people are running, we are coming in with Ashiok, and we're running 3 of those. And then for a big boy, we are running 4 copies of Rotting Regisaur, 3-drop, 7/6, just a beast. At the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card. That's the only downside to it, you know. So for 7/6 for 3, staying on curb. If you need to go more aggro, this is the way to go. So we actually got 4 for the sideboard for this. And then our final 2 is Tymaret Calls the Dead. Now this is a saga. If I can get it in frame for y'all, I am so sorry. It is a saga for 3, 2 colors, 1 black. The first two sagas that it does, it says put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, then exile a creature or enchantment from your graveyard. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie token. So yet again, helps us get creatures in our graveyard, get back from Moment of the Dead. We can ditch a creature or enchantment and get a 2/2 black zombie that triggers Ari. So that then Ari triggers Aerialist. So it's a good sideboard card, and its last saga is you gain X life and scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. So yeah, we're going to run 2 of those in the deck as well. If y'all do not want to run Spark Harvest, you have an option. This is not in my sideboard, but this is an option. Noxious Grasp. It's an instant for 2, destroy target creature or planeswalker that's green or white. and you gain 1 life. So if y'all want to add that in there, that's a good one for the mono green, the Gruul, mono white aggro right now is a big thing. So yeah, y'all might want to run Noxious Grasp in y'all sideboard instead. It's just not in mine. So that covers the deck itself. I hope y'all enjoyed the deck tech. I'm sorry it took 30 minutes to explain everything, but I wanted to cover everything with y'all. And my speech is getting better, and talking with y'all helps. And I enjoy the community so much. But now, for the moment y'all are waiting for, I'm sure. Let me get this put together real quick. Get this separated out. Boom. Okay. Now, we are doing a giveaway for Nyx Bloom Ancient. Just I think it's $11.72 right now, maybe a little bit more, but
it's 11 something.
Yeah, it's right up close to $12. So we're doing a giveaway for that, and my wife has yet again, the people who commented are in this bowl. She is going to shake it up continuously. I'm going to close my eyes and randomly pull out one, and that's going to be our winner. So good luck, and keep your fingers crossed. See what happens. Okay?
This is not the Grammys. There's no voting.
Alright, here we go. Am I in the bowl? There we
Yes.
go. Okay.
Alright.
Here's our winner. Here's our winner for chicken dinner. What we got?
The winner is Tim Blister.
Tim Blister. Congratulations, sir, on your Nyx Bloom Ancient. Oh, man. Alright, so our first giveaway, back into it. Mr. Tim Blister, congratulations, man. Send me your info. Let's see. I'll drop my email is shanebriscoe31@gmail.com. I will try to put that in the link. Send me your info, and I will send this card out to you, and maybe a little something else. Maybe we'll see. And yeah, so congratulations. I hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Shout out to everybody. Clever Magic Trevor, all my subscribers. We're nearing 25 people, so spread this as much as you can. Anybody new, I hope you enjoyed it. Spread the word. Like Paz and Trevor always says, pay it forward. And enjoy the game of Magic. Keep the game of Magic alive. Arena's kind of killing paper Magic, so let's keep it alive, people. Until then, guys, though, Fatal Draw is out. And I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Oh. And may you draw well. Deuces, people. Or should I say, my MTG fan.